So, welcome to the third session of Sharada Lipi. Today, we will quickly revise what we have done in the previous classes and then go ahead with the next set of alphabets in the Swar. Yeah. So, I hope my screen is visible, my board is visible. Can anybody confirm if there's okay, fine. So, we'll start today's session. We'll quickly revise the alphabets that we had done so far. Okay, so what did we first start with? We started with Om. If you're writing this, how will this be? You're dragging it to the top and then you're bringing it down, and on the top you write this Bindu. Okay, this is Om. Just a minute. Yeah, sorry for that. So this is the Om that we learned. So if you're writing this with normal pen, I'll quickly show you this. Okay, then we learned how to write O. First, you draw a Shiroreka on the top, the horizontal line, and a small line here. Bring it down straight, make a circle, drag it to the right, connect it back to the top Shiroreka. Okay, bring it down, and then you make a circle here. This is A. If you're writing this with a normal pen, draw a straight line, horizontal. Okay, and then a small line which will touch the Shiroreka, make a curve, drag it to the right, connect it to the top. Okay, bring it down, and then you make a circle at the bottom. This is A. Next, we learned how to write A. This is A. If you're writing this in Sharada, first you draw a Shiroreka, okay, and then a small line which will touch the Shiroreka, bring it down, make a circle, drag it to the right, lift it back, connect it to the Shiroreka, bring it down, and you see at the bottom, I'm making this shape. This is A. Excuse me. Yes. So this is A. If you're writing this with a normal pen, first you draw a Shiroreka. So this is how it will look like. Without angled, just a ballpoint with a 360-degree pen will make the alphabets look like this. So this is A. Then we did E. Okay, this is E, as I told you. You see this top part of the alphabet? The symmetry, the spaces here, they're equal. Okay, and then the bottom part, this all in one frame. Okay, this is E. Then let me write this with normal pen. Okay, this is E. Next, we learned how to write E. Okay. This is Devanagari E, and in Sharda, first you draw a Shiroreka. From the middle of it, draw a straight vertical line, a small tilt towards the top, and then connect it back to the alphabet, and two bindus on either side of the vertical line. Okay. Next, if you're writing the same with a normal pen, okay, this is how it look like. Then we learned how to write oo. Okay. First, you draw a straight line, straight horizontal, and a small bend towards inside, and then a curve here, drag it to the top, then just stop it there. Okay, this is oo. If you're writing this with a normal, this is oo. Next, we have oo. This is Devanagari oo. In Sharda, first we'll write oo. Let me rewrite it. And then at the bottom here, you see, I'm just making this gentle curve. This is oo. In the normal pen, how does this look like? Okay, this is oo. So far, we have studied these alphabets. We will continue with the next set. Let me share my screen again. Okay, so we will now we finished till oo and oot. Next, we will go with the r alphabet. How do you write this in Devanagari? First, we will write it in Devanagari. Okay. This is r. If you're writing the same in Sharda, first you draw a straight horizontal line, and from the left side, you see you draw a vertical line here. Okay. And here, gently, you make a turn towards the right and then just lift it up like this and then stop it here. That's it. This is R. I'll repeat. First, you draw a horizontal line, and from the left portion of the line, okay, I will change this color so that from this portion, from here, okay, from left side, you just draw one straight vertical line and gently bend it, curve kind of a thing, lift it up towards the top right, and then stop it. That's it. What are the things that you have to note here is here, this alphabet you see, it should be here. This curve, whatever you write, this bend, and you lift it and you stop it, right? It should not exceed half of this line. It should be below that. Okay. I'll write it again. How to write R? First, draw a horizontal line from the left side, bring it down straight, make a curve, and then lift it up. This is R. If you're writing this with a normal pen, draw a straight line, make a curve, bend here, and then lift it up. That's it. This is R. Next, we'll learn how to write R. I'll write Devanagari R first. Okay. This is Devanagari R. If you're writing this in Sharada, it will be the same. First, you write R, straight line, and then a bend here, curve, lift it up, tilt it towards the right. It has to go in this direction like this. Okay. And on the top, leaving some space here. Okay. Say like 0.1 mm, very small space. Draw another small line parallel to that. Okay. And then gently make a curve and then stop it like this. It's like when you're writing it, it'll be like this. It's the repetition of what you're writing at the bottom, but on the top, it will be a smaller version, very small. Okay. I will again show this. Draw a horizontal line from the left side, draw a vertical line. Okay. Make a bend, curve, just lift it up like this, stop it. Next, you see, leaving some space parallel to that, another small line you draw, very small. Immediately, you have to make this curve here, very immediate. You have to make sure that you have a lot of space here. You have to give this breathing space here inside the alphabet, okay? Please don't try to bring this two down and, don't do that, which is wrong. This should be here this should be on the first portion of the alphabet, on the very top it should be as small as possible. That's it. But it does not mean that you make it too small that you can't even see. you know this should be fine. It should be 1/4 portion of the remaining of your alphabet. Okay. You have to have this much space in between this two. This is very, very important. I'll write it again. Okay. Draw straight horizontal line from left side, a vertical, then gently a bend, and then a curve kind of a thing, lift it up. That's it. And on the top, you see, I make one more small umbrella kind of a shape at the bottom. So you have to get this. You have to maintain this much space inside the alphabet. You have to have this much. don't try to congest the alphabet too much with, extending this too much, or just keep it small on the top. It should be visible, and this curve has to be visible on the top. When you're writing it, this bend and this U kind of a shape should be visible on the top. Don't just make it straight like this, okay? You have to have this angled shape. If you're so let me just show you how does it look if you're writing with a normal pen. This is R, okay, and on the top, one more curve. That's it. This is R and R. Next, we'll study how to write R. I'll first write the Devanagari R. So in Sharda, first you draw a straight horizontal line. First thing. Second, from the left side of the line on the top, you see on the from the left side of the Shiroreka, draw a straight vertical line and then stop it. Next, from the center of this here, draw another small line, very small line, and you have to write this kind of a shape here. It's a reverse S. Okay. You have to write. This is R. I will repeat it. First, you draw a vertical line from the left side of the Shiroreka. First you draw horizontal, then you draw a vertical line here. Okay, straight line, and then stop it. Keep the length of this vertical and horizontal same, and leave some space. And from here, from the center of this, very small line, and then just stop it. You see how small this is? Very small, okay? And then you have to write an inverted is connecting to that small line, okay? And in this S also, I will show you. I will extend this a little bit and even this also a bit. When you're writing this inverted reverse S, you have to make sure the space in between these two here, you see these two, this should have the same space. Okay, that's how you get the R correct. I'll write it again. Draw a straight line, horizontal and then vertical, and then a small line here. You see how you write, how I'm writing R. R. So this is R. You try to keep the spacing here, this top portion, this space here, and this one at the bottom. Try to maintain this. Try to keep them as equal as possible. I know it is difficult to master that perfection, but try to have that. Okay, I'll show this alphabet again. Okay, first you draw a straight line, horizontal and then vertical, Leave some. When you're drawing this vertical line, just leave this. And why I'm showing this in a graph is you will know. Leave this one little space here, like 0.1 mm kind of, and then make this straight. Little space, you leave it there, and then next to that, you draw a straight line. Okay. And here, a very small line. And this is dr. Next, we'll study how to write dr. This is Devanagari dr. If you're writing this with in Sharada, first horizontal line, and then draw a straight vertical line. Okay, keep this line a little more there, and don't start this in the middle. I'll tell you why. Leave some space, and then make sure there's enough space for you to write this inverted S. And on the right part of the alphabet, make this, draw this curve, bring it inside, bend it, bring it slanting towards right, touch it to the Shiroreka. It should come like this. Very, very small. Okay. This should be at the end, written like this. Let me show it again. Draw a horizontal line. Okay, keep it, make the length of the line a little more because you need some space to also draw this matra in dr. Dirgha you need to write, no? So you have to keep some more space at the end. Draw a straight vertical line and a small line. Make sure there's enough space and room to accommodate this part of alphabet dr. And from the right side, a bend, lift it up and slant it towards the right side. It has to, when you do this, you bring it down like this, slant it and gently connect it to the Shiroreka. You have to observe here. This depth is very important. When you're writing this dr, you have to get this depth. Okay, only then it looks perfect. When you're bringing, suppose this is a Shiroreka and you're bringing the Dirgha Matra, you bring this depth and then gently lift it up, connect it back immediately. But make sure you don't do it this big. Keep it as small as possible. Okay. How small, if you ask me, I will write it again. You see here, very small. That's it. And then we'll write R matra here. It should be this small. If you write the same in a normal pen, okay, so this is how it'll look like. Very small. You see this? It is a very small curve. If you're writing in angled, you will get this depth in Dirgha Matra. If you're writing in ballpoint pen, it will just be a small O kind of a shape as shown here. Okay, this is R and R. We will go with the next set. Minute. Yeah. I hope my screen is visible. Let me add grid to this. Okay, so next we will go how to write A and I. First we'll write Devanagari A. Okay, I hope my screen is visible, right? Can somebody confirm on the chat? Yeah, I'll let you know about the tattvas at the end of the class. Can somebody confirm if my screen is visible? Okay, fine. Yeah. So this is A, Devanagari, and Sharda. First, you draw a horizontal line and draw a straight vertical line here. And then from the right part of the alphabet, you make this curve gently and then slowly lift it up, bring it to the center, connect it exactly here. This is A. I will repeat it. First, you draw a horizontal line. From the left side, draw a straight vertical line and a curve here. Gently lift it and connect it to the center of the conjunction here, where this starts, right? Where you will have this horizontal and vertical. You have to bring it down, lift it up, and tilt it and connect it back. What are the things that to note? This depth you see here, this is very important. You have to get this. If you're writing this with a normal pen, how does that look like? It looks like this. Okay. If you're writing with calligraphy, you will get this beautiful angle like this, very sharp connecting to this here. You see, you will get this depth, and this line should be longer here. What this thing, this should be at the top part of the alphabet. You should have the remaining half part is empty here. You see this, you have to give this space. Whatever your a matra you're writing, it should be here, and this you have to maintain this depth in the alphabet, and this portion should conjunct all the three. So this is the rule for a matra. This is how you write. Okay, next we'll go with I. Okay. This is I in Devanagari. In Sharda, first you draw A. Okay, and from the left, bring this depth connected to the center of the junction On the top, you draw a straight line. This is I. It should be parallel and it should not exceed this frame of the alphabet. Just a small line on the top, a small horizontal line. I'll write it again. First, you draw a horizontal line from the left side. Okay. Vertical line. Draw a bend here, a U curve, connect it, tilting towards the left. And on the top, leave some space here and draw a small line like an equal to sign, but it has to be within this frame of the alphabet. Okay. How does this look like if you're writing with a normal pen? We'll see. The ballpoint pen, if you're writing, it look like this. This is I. So this is how these alphabets. So we will quickly revise what we have done today. Let me reshare my screen. Okay. Fine. We did first R. So this is Devanagari R. If you're writing in Sharada, first draw Shiroreka. From the left portion of the Shiroreka, draw a vertical line. Gently make this curve and then lift it up like a small U kind of a shape. Don't drag this, just keep it there. Next, if you write this with a normal pen, how does this look? It looks like this. This is R. Next, we learned how to write R. Draw a straight horizontal line, a Shiroreka. And this is the Devanagari one. So I will just keep it quick. This is R in Sharada. Draw straight horizontal, and on the left side, you see, you draw this R. Okay. And on the top, a very small repetitive of what you have done in a very small way. Make this curve here and then stop it. That's it. Even the top part, you have to you have to just stop it here. Okay, you have to leave some space here on the top and end it here at the bottom, just like how you're writing at the bottom. Even on the top part, a smaller version of it. Okay, if you're writing this with a normal pen, this will look like this. This is R and R. Next, we learned how to write R. Draw a straight horizontal line, and from left side, you draw a straight vertical line. Okay, this is clear. Now, leaving some space here. Okay, make sure you have the space to write the next part of this reverse S. Okay, this is R. Writing this with a normal pen. Okay, this is r. Next, we will write how to write r. Draw a horizontal line. First, we will make sure this line is a little longer because this is a dirgha matra. You need some space to write the right as well. Then draw a straight vertical line. And first we will write this r. And on the right side, you see, I will draw a small U kind of a shape, which will connect it back. This is r. Okay. You're writing this with a normal pen. This is r. Next, we learned how to write A. This is Devanagari A. Draw Shiroreka. And then a vertical line. And from the right side, you see, I'm making this curve and it has to touch here. This is A. Next, we learned how to write I. Let me show this with a normal pen, how it look like. This is A. Next, we learned I in Sharada. First, draw Shiroreka. Draw A first with this depth U and then connect it at the center of this where the horizontal and vertical meets. On the top, leave some space and then just draw a small line. This is I. Okay, so these are the alphabets that we learned today. I'll also show how to write with a normal pen here. And on top, make this. This is I. Okay, so these were the alphabets that we learned today. I will, you can unmute yourselves. Okay, you can unmute yourselves and you can ask if you have any questions. We have a few more minutes. Yep. Any questions, students? Okay. Okay, yeah, you're welcome.
Snehaji, just a question. It's very
Yeah,
basic.
yeah,
The first letter that we learned today was R, right?
yeah, yeah, right.
Second one, what's the difference between this R and the next R that we did?
First is the smaller one, and the second is dirgha. It is just like how you write a and a, like that.
Uh-huh.
It's r and r. It's dirgha one, the second one.
Right. And the third, is it L, right?
It's it's r. It is l and r.
L
It's
and R.
r.
Okay.
Yeah, r. Right.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And
Thanks.
this
Thanks,
also,
Snehaji.
yeah, yeah, yeah. This is also r, and this is dirgha r. You write this
Okay.
2 times. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Any questions, students?
Any words from this L and L?
Yeah, I think down the line we will also
Because we have
provide a,
forgotten Devanagari also, actually, to be honest with you. I first time
yeah.
realized this L and L is,
Yeah,
I'm
this
writing it
is
for the first time
very
maybe.
yeah, this is used in the manuscripts, in Sharda manuscripts. If you go and check the records like in our libraries in North and all, right. So yeah, this alphabet is used. It's even I have seen, and like somewhere it's used. It's not like they don't, it's not like you don't use it at all. They do use these. Because
Okay,
those
thank you.
times I think maybe the words they had, they could accommodate all these alphabets in their language. I mean, it's like, though it is Sanskrit and kosher and all, they had more advanced words or what, we don't know, maybe like they have made use of these, so it's there.
Fine, thank you.
Yeah, no issues. Yeah, Veronica ji, if you're there, can you please help me with the tattvas of these r? Okay,
See,
yeah,
these
yeah.
are all Shanti Bijas,
Okay.
Anahrita Shiva. This is the state where he goes into complete silence. Uh, whether he wants to come out of the Shiv Tattva, the pure Tattva. So that is a silence period. This is called Anahrita Shiva. All these are Shanti Bijas. From Re to R to Re. These four letters are all Shanti Bijas.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so if not, then we can wind up today's
You can't
class.
hear me? Hello?
Yes, 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 Veronica ji,
Was
I
I
can.
audible? Because I
Yes,
think my
yes,
connect. Okay,
you
okay.
were audible, you were audible. Yeah, so this was today's session. We will share the recording. Let me stop the recording.